In a stunning piece of news today, the Washington Post is reporting that Joe Biden's Department of Disinformation is put on pause. They called a timeout on it. That's right. And the reason why they did this is because it was so disorganized. It was so just creepy. It was George Orwell. It was the Ministry of Truth. But that's not what the Post is saying. No, the Washington Post is saying that it was those evil Republicans because of right-wing attacks against Jankowicz, who was a woman who was chosen to be the head of the Department of Disinformation. The right-wingers absolutely destroyed her and intimidated her out of a job. That's funny, because in reality, all we right-wingers did was play videos of her TikTok account. All we did was kind of like point out the fact that this woman wanted to be Mary Poppins. She was the Broadway singer of disinformation, and it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing to the Biden administration. It was embarrassing to Alejandro Mayorkas, who's the head of HHS. It was DHS. It was absolutely stunning. But what's crazy is how much the left is failing these days. The Department of Disinformation didn't even last as long as CNN Plus. It crashed and burned spectacularly. And in previous conversations I've had with you, I said, you know what? It's scary that the Biden administration did set up a Department of Disinformation, but they got the Keystone Cops running the thing. It's ridiculous. And when Mayorkas was before the Senate, he wasn't even able to define what they do. This was a disaster for the Biden administration. And the fact that you have Nina Jankowicz now submitting her resignation, saying that she's going to return to the private sector, it whole thing's blowing up. They called a timeout, a pause on it. But this thing, well, if it comes back, they're going to have to make sure that their I's are dotted and their T's are crossed. But so far, it's just one more Biden blunder, along with all of the blundering that's going on with the baby formula crisis, along with pretty much everything that Joe Biden has touched. But this one came on board scary. I mean, they were talking about, trying to police information. And then they told us who was running the thing, and now it's a running joke, or at least it will be. Joe Biden's Ministry of Truth blew up because the truth was told about it. You don't have to lie. You don't have to come up with different hoaxes. All you have to do is tell the truth about the people who are running these organizations, that are running these departments. Just talk about the fecklessness and the haplessness of Joe Biden's cabinet. And that's all people need to know. The more they find out about Joe Biden, the more they find out about the Biden administration, the less they're going to like it. This is a beautiful, hilarious thing to happen. Bye-bye, Ministry of Truth. We hardly knew thee. Now, I will tell you what to look for next. Look for the media to start to step it up, the gals on The View. Look for the Democrats to try to step it up, because the reality is the Biden administration already has their Department of Disinformation. It is called the mainstream media. It's called cable news shows. They will continue to attack, Fox News. They'll continue to attack the pundits on Fox News. They'll continue to attack talk radio, MAGA Nation. They will continue to attack the America First policies, because that's all they have. This department was supposed to, warehouse it all. But like I said, they were too incompetent to pull it off. But they really didn't need it. They have their departments of disinformation in Facebook. They've got the Twitter. They've got Instagram that continue to flag people left and right, primarily conservatives, when they want to speak out. So they're not skipping a beat on that. What they're doing is feeling maximum embarrassment because of this boondoggle. It's like they never read 1984. It's like they're not aware of the dystopian novels that came out to predict this age. They're trying to control information, but they're finding it very, very difficult. I mean, they almost have full control. Let's be honest. They almost have full control. They have surveillance everywhere. But the moment they try to go official with it, is when they just absolutely screw up because they can't control everything and people gravitate to the truth. And the truth of the matter is the ministry of truth under Biden was just a bunch of lies and a bunch of liars trying to control content. What we did on the right was simply expose it by showing you exactly what they were into and what they've been talking about. How you gonna come out with a song singing some Broadway tune about disinformation? How does that even make sense? It doesn't make sense. And that's why, well, Nina Jankowicz failed. That's why the Department of Disinformation failed. That's why the Biden administration fails. My name is James C. Harris. This is my YouTube channel. I would really appreciate it if you would follow that channel. Go ahead and subscribe to it. Tell your friends about it. Tell your family about it. Let's go.